Okay, my name's Kevin Pettigrew. This is 3 a.m. Pillow Talk, and today we have Mathew Boulter. Is that right?
Matthew Boulter, that's right. Good job.
Uh, yeah, I
Some
thought I
people
was.
say Boltier,
Yeah, that's
not
what I was
French.
practicing. I was practicing both here for the last half hour. All right, and he is with um, Sober Dads. So, what is the story behind why you started Sober Dads?
So, Sober Dads started a year ago, right, on Facebook as a group. And I was 2 years into my sobriety, thought I had all the fucking answers to the world, thought I was a genius. That's what we all do in our second year of sobriety, right? We're fucking geniuses. We know what we're doing. We got all the answers. Everybody come to us. We are fucking life coaches now, right?
Yeah,
And then in your third year, you realize you don't know a fucking thing. Um, so I was like, man, I got this, dude. Like, this is sobriety is easy, right?
yeah,
And in the sense of when you want sobriety, that's easy, right? But life isn't easy, right? And in order to maintain sobriety, you have to understand life's gonna give you trials and tribulations. And what really makes it doable is having camaraderie with other like-minded people. For me, that's men. Okay,
okay,
so I created this Facebook group called Sober Dads, and I would have parties at the house, barbecues, get-togethers, bonfires. For me, it was the kids that that really straightened me up. I got into a bad accident. I could tell you the story here in a second, but I got into a bad accident. When I recovered from that, what stuck was my kids. Right?
yeah,
It was my kids. Right? And after the third year of sobriety, I truly realized what being present truly meant. What it the substance about being present in life, right? And that's my kids.
Did you
So,
did you see a change in your kids? Did
oh,
they?
dude, bro, that comes out every time I visit them.
Yeah.
Between what they're more comfortable talking about, between my one of my love languages is affection. Between
Okay.
the affection that the kids will give you, the love, the praises, um,
More
all that, dude,
comfortable.
that changes on a daily basis. Yeah. So I created this group, started having a bunch of people over all the time because I realized that your top five are crucial to your success in life. And I also, being military, liked the camaraderie of having other military brothers, right? So
Yeah.
people to push you, people to accept you, people to call you out on your bullshit. Okay, as a competitive bodybuilder, you have coaches, you have people around you. Your really good friends will tell you you're a fucking fat ass. You are not ready for the show.
You know,
Um,
from an evolutionary perspective, they used to group together and fight warring clans.
I mean,
I mean,
bro,
that
like,
was what they did. We all grouped together and we made each other stronger. And we shame, like men will shame each other. I don't think there's, to an extent, I don't think there's a problem with that.
no,
That's how we all kind of
it's
grow.
about accountability. There's a big difference between, my son just had five of his homeboys. He's 9. He just had five of his little buddies over, right? And you get to listening to them communicate with one another.
Yeah,
And at 9, they don't they have the banter that we do. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, but they don't have the hatred. Like, they can banter with another and be like, "Ooh, they're kidding with one another." But there's there's a level of innocence to that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, if we call each other a fucking fat ass, it might. I mean, some of us might think poorly about that other person, right?
Yeah.
other than saying, listen, bro, like, if you're trying to compete right now, you're fucking fat, dude. Like, get it together. Like, start watching your diet. That's totally different than just calling someone a fat ass. But when you're 9, they don't have that hatred behind it. So it's literally just talking shit to one another. And I'm like, guys, like, you're fucking mean to each other, but they're little homeboys. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, that's what men are missing. They're missing the shit talking to one another that's still set in love, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. With
I
maybe
want
with
to push you, but we're not. I'm not trying to bash you. I'm literally
yeah,
trying to help you.
like let's call it shame etiquette.
Yeah.
So
You
the
know, there's
shaming
a
each other
difference
with
between
an
going
etiquette
up to
with
someone
love.
and being like, "You're stinky," and then going up to them and be like, "Yo, like, you need to take a shower. You want to take a shower. You need to change your clothes. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
being proper about it. Cause kids, bro, a 9-year-old would be like, "Bro, your breath stink." You know what I mean? Like, dude, I fucking love them, dude. And it's like that's what we need to get back to as men.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be a little bitch if someone fucking calls you out. Go fucking fix it. Cause
Yeah.
that's you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
dude, I'm fucking hanging out with you. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't be fucking hanging out with you. You know what
That's
I
the
mean?
essence of being a man. That's kind of the
Yeah.
essence of being a man. Like, yeah.
You know? But
Yeah.
shit, if someone's like, Matthew, you need to go fucking work, bro. Like, you're broke, dude. Like, we're going out. We're going to fucking Vegas this weekend, and your ass can't come because you ain't got no money. Like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Holding each other accountable.
yep.
Yeah.
So,
We are missing that. It's more, it seems more now, guys, we get together and no one wants to say anything. Like
bro,
everyone's walking on eggshells. No one wants to say anything. We can't. We don't talk openly with each other anymore.
no.
There's no like we don't have that bond. You know, in Australia. Let me interject real quick. In Australia, they call it the shed initiative. So they notice when women communicate, their knees point at each other. When men communicate, our feet point away from each other. So they put 5, 6 guys in a shed and they'll put a broke down lawnmower in the middle. And they'll sit there and they'll look at that lawnmower, maybe someone will grab a wrench, start wrenching on it. Then before you know it, through that medium, guys start kind of opening up to each other and kind of showing some emotions. It's kind of so there are studies done on that, but I think we're missing that. We really are missing that.
Well, especially in America. I mean, America's bad, bro. So,
Yeah, yeah,
I wanted to bring that camaraderie together. I wanted to bring those boys together. You know what I mean? Like, let's help each other. And listen, it's not for everyone. If you can't handle it, maybe sober dads isn't for you. Um, I do have guys that say I'm super aggressive and I'm too much to handle, and that's okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not for you. Like I I got all my certifications to be a recovery coach. And as
Okay,
soon as I started helping people, I was like, this ain't fucking for me.
yeah,
Like, nah, dude, I ain't. I will fucking hold your hand and teach you how to do everything. But if you don't fucking do it, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't
yeah.
have time.
Like
Like, you
yeah.
know,
So yeah, I got you. So it was too soft. It was
just,
too soft for your liking.
yep.
Yeah,
Sober
not
Dads is
particularly.
a group for fucking men that want to build their lives, man. Like, this started as a Facebook group, but now I'm opening up a thrift store so that we can financially um, uh, build on our events, so that I can afford to take these guys to Rockies games, and everything we do is with our kids. It's not just men. You
That's good.
have to be a father, and
Yeah,
you have to go to the events with your kids. So if we're at a concert in the park and it's free, but I'm doing a picnic style for everyone, you got to bring your kids. If we're going to go to a pool hall, and usually the pool halls are like at a clubhouse or something, so there's
yeah,
no alcohol. It's not, no one's going to get into a fight. You know what I mean? I try to keep it really low key. So we'll go shoot some pool. And I try to do things that we used to do when we were drinking. I used to play pool in the Navy.
yeah.
Like, that's what I like to do. But let's not go to a bar and do it because we might get triggered, right? Not
You
just that, but you don't you don't need to cause a fight in front of your kids. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let's just take
Yeah.
that shit out of it. Let's go to a clubhouse. I can go other places where kids are welcome and no one's gonna get into a fight. We can be happy. We can play with our kids. We can have some fun. Rockies games, putt putt. I mean, dude, I'm on St. Patty's Day. I'm taking a bunch of guys to go paint four-leaf clover potteries. Um,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
anything and everything. I got guys that have not really been around their kids in a long time, and so they don't even understand how much fun a kid is gonna have painting a four-leaf clover.
Yeah.
Like they don't know, and they're like, dude, this sounds stupid. But I'm like, bro, to a 9-year-old, being with you, this is gonna be the coolest fucking day ever,
He's
bro.
he's gonna remember that. Did you run into any when you first started Sober Dads? What were the hurdles? I was a stay-at-home dad for a couple years I had a 3-year-old, and I was going to school to be a real estate agent. I was trying to, I was doing the same. So I was doing school and I was watching my daughter at the same time. My wife at the time was working, and it would drive me like there are so many things where women get together because they're stay-at-home moms and they have these activities, and there was absolutely nothing for dads. Like
Yep.
it was, and even when I told people, I was like, "Yeah, I'm going small while I watch my daughter full time," I would get these weird freaking looks. You know what I mean? Did you run into any hurdles when you first started Sober Dads? Like, was there any opposition, any hurdles, any?
Honestly, I will say this about Denver. The state of Denver is light years ahead of other states in the fact that men are being understood as parents these days,
Okay,
and they don't get a lot of pushback, for
that's
being a
good.
parent. So if
Yeah,
a man is a good man and is a good parent, he gets a lot of love from the community.
that
You
that
know,
yeah,
they
that's
don't.
good.
He doesn't get. Wait a minute. Where's the wife? I got two kids with two different fucking moms, man. We co-parent really well,
Yeah,
but yeah, like I got my kids, 50% of the time, and when I have them, I have them, and they come with me. They go with me to work. We do things together. I try to keep my phone in my pocket when I have them, and man, when I tell people that I have the kids, they get they're like, wow, man, this is cool. Like, you go to the court system these days, I don't know how many men I have helped, sober dads, because they're scared shitless and they think they're never going to see their fucking kids again, and their exes are batshit crazy. And
um,
I'm like, bro, just get your ass to court. Show the court that you're a good man. Show them that you're there for the kids. You're not there to piss her off. You don't care about what she's doing. You care about the kids, and you're there for the kids. And bro, they call me back and they're like, dude, I didn't just get 50%. I got 100%, or I got the custody that I was asking for. And oh my god, this feels amazing. And I was like, bro, I told you, like the courts in Denver, they don't fuck around. If you're a good dad, they're going to give you that custody. And
yeah,
so more men need to know that. Like, be a
I,
good
I went
dad.
I went for a couple years. I lost my kids in divorce, and I got supervised visits. I was drunk. I was doing drugs all the time. I wasn't healthy to be in their lives. I mean, I don't know. Their mom wasn't really healthy either, but it was, they took them from me, and then the supervised visit place wouldn't let me see them. And I'd already fired my lawyers because they wanted 30 more grand. I was broke. So I went for a couple of years really down, like really depressed, thinking I had no avenues. I think back in December, I finally kind of pulled my man card back out and put my chest out, went down to the courthouse and I filed paperwork. I'm still waiting, but they can't find her. So there's some weird thing going on there. So I don't think she kept her address updated or whatever. But anyways, back to sober dads. What was what was behind your addiction?
Dude, I'm mostly alcohol, but I did everything, bro. Like, I mean, if you put it in front of me, I did it. Like, I used to have friends that would have like 3 lines of Coke, and they
Yeah.
thought that I was going to do one line. Nope. That motherfucker, I did it all. And they looked at me like, what the hell, bro? And I was like, you put it in front of me, it's gone. I was
Was
that
there
guy. know.
Was there a reason that you were that guy? Was there something behind it? Was there?
So it first started out as a way to dilute myself. So I was already a high energy individual. And so the people that are hanging around literally told me, you are too much. I can't handle this. Like, you're too much, too high energy. You're always going, like, you're too much. So started doing the marijuana thing to, slow me down. Right. Um, and then, started doing the drinking thing because I was good at it. I didn't really get too tossed when I first started, and I could handle my own. And when you can handle your liquor, like, you get a lot of respect from certain communities, especially
Yeah.
wealthy ones. Like, the
Okay,
wealthy communities will let you hang out with them because you're not going to get stupid around them. And
that's a
so,
different take. Yeah, I've never heard that before. That's kind of a different take on it.
bro, like, I used to hang around some very affluent people, and they used to let me hang around them because I didn't get shit faced and wasn't stupid. I didn't make a scene anywhere, and I could handle my own with the girls, and I could always get everybody numbers, and so they liked hanging out with me.
Yeah.
Um,
What
I
brought that to an end?
What's
What
that?
brought what motivated you to get sober?
You know, um, so the sober story, I spent 20 years. I mean, I went into the military at 18, so 19 years old, I started drinking really heavily. So, what was that? Like 21 years, right, of me playing with substances, playing with alcohol, getting deeper down into the trenches. Um, February 2nd of 2022, I was in a rocky relationship with my girlfriend, and I took the van out. I have a pit bull, and he's a service dog. He goes everywhere with me. So I took Cuddy out with me. We got into the van. We went down to meet some new friends of mine. Um, I got a phone call from my ex, and it didn't go well. And I just said, "Fuck it." And so we started drinking in my van, and I mean, dude, we got hammered. Well, I don't really remember anything other than what they told me. And what they told me was I got shit faced. I fell asleep in the van. They were gonna take my keys, but they thought I was sleeping, so they thought I would sleep the whole night. Well, I woke up in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m., started the van, drove in the wrong direction, hit an oncoming car,
Jesus.
totaled my car. Somehow my dog survived. Somehow I survived. Somehow I woke up in the hospital the next day. I had two broken ribs. The doctors were saying, bro, like, this is a miracle because you should be dead.
Yeah.
From the way the accident happened, I should have been crushed. Um, Luckily, the person that I hit was in a amazing car. She broke her ankle. She never even came after me in the court proceedings. She actually went to the judge and said, "I just want to see him sober." Right? So,
Wow.
bro, just like
Who is she? That she's got a
every
story of
like,
her own.
bro, and check this out, 2222. Those are angel numbers.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, this all just kind of hit me, right? Like, I woke up in the hospital, and then check this shit out. So woke up in the hospital. Where's my dog? The police officers were like, your dog would never come too close to us. And I was an asshole. I was like, yeah, probably not, because you're gonna shoot him. He's a pit bull. Still talking shit at the hospital. Um, and the police officers, well, said, they kind of snarted back, and they were like, well, it's about to be negative 16 degrees for the next 3 days. We're getting one of the worst snowstorms in Castle Rock. So my short-haired pit bull, is nowhere to be found
Yeah.
in negative 16-degree weather, right? So I'm
Yeah.
freaking out at the hospital. I'm freaking out that I actually hit somebody, because that's close to my heart. Like, I don't care if I fuck myself up, but as soon as I brought someone else into it, I was like, man, that's bad. So,
Yeah.
and then this is what set it off. The police officer unhandcuffs me, gives me back my driver's license, and the doctors discharge me and they literally send me off out of the hospital with my hospital clothes on that
What?
day.
What the fuck?
No arrest,
Are you serious?
no nothing, bro. Nothing.
Did you
So
ever
it all
catch a
came back
DUI?
12 months later. Like in 12
Okay.
months, I had a warrant out for my arrest, and the whole DUI thing came up and all that. But, bro, I should have been in county. I should have been in
Yeah.
county until the fucking, like, no, bro, no. They let me go for a year. Okay? So I get I'm at the hospital. I call my ex girlfriend at the time. She comes and picks me up. We spend 3 days looking for my dog. He's literally, bro, in Castle Rock, in the like bare out in the nowhere land, right? In negative 16-degree weather. On the third day, we get a phone call from this guy. He says, "I think I found your dog." We go out there. Sure as shit, this motherfucker finds an old barn that's about to fall down, and it had hay and moving blankets in it. So it was literally sleeping in there at night, and then would go back to the crash site in the morning. So I found him 3 days later. No, no frostbite, no nothing. Just ready
He
to come home.
he was roughing it. He was good out in the wild.
Bro, this is just insane to me. So like, I'm driving home with my dog, like got this lady that was in the hospital, broken ankle, and within the year, it all comes to I find out that she's okay. I find out she's not angry with me. I found out my insurance covers the whole accident, so I'm not out of pocket anything. I get my dog back. I lose my house. I lose my girlfriend. I lose all my money. I lost the van. I lose everything, right? But I have my house. I mean, I have my life. I have my dog, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not in jail, bro.
That,
Like
that's
crazy
amazing.
shit, right?
Yeah.
So that's literally, bro, what brought me to my knees and got me to be sober. And then within that year, I did the whole DUI thing, right? Went to court, did everything. That went amazingly well. I will tell any man out there, if you advocate for yourself, and I took an entire year. Now, so within 2 months, I started doing classes. I started DUI classes. I went to the MAD. Bro, when I went to court, I already had a year in doing
You were
all the classes.
proactive. Yeah, you were
The judge
proactive
was
about
like, yeah, dude, the judge was super happy with me, right? So I had my little jail time. I did some jail time. And then, check this shit out. My fucking cellmate, okay, is going to prison for life for manslaughter with DUI.
it.
This
Jesus.
kid was 27 years old, driving from Wisconsin to Denver to see his girlfriend. Was tired because he left at like midnight after work. He had a couple of beers. He didn't drink a lot, but it doesn't matter, right? He was over
Yeah.
the limit,
Yeah.
killed two people in the other car. He will never
That
get out of fucking jail.
that could have been you.
That's exactly what the fuck. And
Yeah.
bro, I literally, when he told me that story, I looked up at that fucking roof of the cell and I fucking looked at God and I was like, bro, I fucking get it. You put me in here for a reason for me to hear this dude's story that is so fucked up because this kid was a goody goody two shoes, crying his fucking eyes out every night, wanting to commit suicide because he's never gonna fucking see his family ever again.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, like, so I did my time in jail. I got out, and bro, that was it for me. I was like, never again. What can I do? Like, yeah, bro.
How long after that did it take you to start Sober Dads?
I started Sober Dads in probably like July of 2023.
Okay.
And then I created the 501c3 December of 2024. So I
Okay.
actually check this out. Like in September, I'm a competitive bodybuilder. In September, I fell off a roof at one of my jobs. 16-foot fall. The fucking ladder fell on both my legs. I walked into the hospital. They thought I broke my legs. Didn't break my legs. They do all the x-rays. They say I have internal bleeding, they want to amputate my fucking leg. I tell them absolutely not. So they cut it open, and for 3 days, my leg's fucking open. I'm bleeding out, like I'm going in and out, like they resuscitate me 3 times. Finally, I make it out of all that. Okay?
Okay.
Still have both my legs. I'm 100% back. I'm competing again. I'm bodybuilding again.
Where were you
100%.
competing? Let me interject real quick. I'm really curious. I've been in the gym. I've been bodybuilding for probably 20, 30 years. I've followed bodybuilding. I've gotten ready for contests, but I got anxiety about it. So how many of you competed?
Here, let me see it. Tell me if you
Yeah,
can see all this.
show off. Let me see this. Okay.
I've
Yeah.
done I've done 13 shows, nationally qualified. Before I fell off the roof, I was gonna try to go get my pro card.
Okay. Okay.
So it
Yeah.
was serious. And
Yeah.
then, right? So I survived the car accident, survived the roofing epidemic. I had kidney cancer before that, survived that. And then the doctors, after all of this, and after I fell off the roof, said I have stage 4 kidney disease. The bodybuilding is killing me, but it's also saving my life. So I
Okay.
need to make a huge change in my life. Okay.
Okay.
So I've gotten from stage 4 kidney cancer down to stage 3. Again, competitive bodybuilder. I've changed my whole diet. I've changed my regimen. I've retired from bodybuilding. I no longer eat the amount of protein that requires you to keep all that weight. I no longer well
Were you
compete
natural?
because of water depletion.
Were you natural?
Fuck no, dear.
Okay, yeah, that because the Garrettson can sometimes mess with your kidneys too.
I mean,
Uh,
bro, when you're trying to get your pro card, you're fucking
yeah, you
on.
can't be that. Yeah, you can't be natural at all. You got to go
No,
all the way.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
I was using hard.
yeah.
One of my favorite fucking movies is what is it called with Will Ferrell? Blades of Glory or some shit.
I'm
And they're
not
going
sure.
up the
I'm not sure.
dude. It's hilarious, below. It's a comedy, right? And
Okay.
they're like ice skaters or some shit.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell is like going up an escalator, and his like arch enemy is behind him, and he goes, "Be honest, you do steroids?" And Will Ferrell turns around and goes, "About a half a cup." Bro, if you fucking use them, that is the funniest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. And that's what I used to tell people. They're like, "Do you use them?" And I was like, "About a half a cup." Do you know how much a half a cup would be? Like, bro, that's like a fucking
You would
bull
lose your mind,
cap.
bro. You would lose your mind.
You lose your mind, bro. And so yeah, I did all that, bro. I fell off the roof. I changed my diet. I have gotten this kidney disease down to a manageable program. And in November, I said, "All right, let's do this full time." Right? When when you get in recovery, what's one of the things they tell you? Put yourself second and start helping other people. Right?
Yeah,
If you want to stay sober, then do is it acts of selflessness or some shit,
yeah.
right?
Acts of service or something. Yeah,
Acts of service to others.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah, thank you. And so sober dads, bro, was just huge on my heart. And I was like, man, I have so much fun putting these events together. Like I have so much fun with the camaraderie. So let's turn this into an organization. Let's turn this into a business. And I decided to stop bodybuilding. I quit my job with the roofing. So, because my family and my kids were like, please don't get on any more roofs. And I started full time at Sober Dads. I was like, how am I going to be able to pay my bills? And then the thrift
Yeah,
store happened.
yeah.
I ended up posting my couch up online to, the sober dads, and one of them asked to have it, and I took it over to their house. And because I posted it, I had like 7 other people that were like, hey, do you want these? Do you want this? Do you want that? And I was like,
Okay.
shit, I'll post it. I posted those, and people were like, dude, I could totally use this. And then I ended up with a few other things. It was an armoire. I ended up with an armoire. Nobody wanted it, so I posted up for $100, and I got
Yeah.
$100. I was like, dude, I think I fucking have something here.
Do you
And
have
so
a
I ended up,
Do you have a website for that?
It's all getting built. So I
Okay.
just got a marketing team on board, and
Okay.
they are restructuring my entire social platform. And so we've decided to work with social media first, and they are going to create a landing page so that we can at least be present on the web. Because
Okay.
the it's important to have a presence online,
Yeah.
but what is really building this organization is social media, right?
Yeah.
So, when it comes to donors, I mean, shit, if I was going after Anschwitz or, some multi gazillionaire and asking them for 50 grand, they're going to want to see a website.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet, you know?
Yeah. They'll want a business plan, all that.
hmm
Yeah.
So I have the business plan. I have all that. I just don't. I ended up spending $3,500 on a box truck, not on a website, because I can do a lot more with a box truck than I can a fucking website. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
That's got to come first.
yeah. So websites. Everybody says they can do it, but when it push comes to shove, it's going to cost you a couple grand to get a website up and running. So,
Yeah. Nice
um,
one, anyways, right? Because
yep.
they've got those services that help you build your own. But I think I would trust somebody who knows what they're doing to build it. So
It's not even that. You gotta learn how to do the entire program, dude. I'm a fucking addict. I go a
yeah.
million miles a second. My brain goes a million miles a second. I don't
Yeah.
have the attributes to sit down and fucking learn how to build a website. That ain't my brain, you
Are
know?
you on
My
TikTok?
brain is going and picking up fucking 60 to 100 pallets and flipping them for $4 a pallet and making $400 in a day and then going buying Rockies tickets for all the guys and the kids, you
Okay.
know? That's
Yeah.
my
That's
brain.
cool. Yeah.
So,
Are you on TikTok at all? How,
Matthew
how
Boulter is, yeah.
okay. So how expansive is your social network with sober dads?
Well, because I use Matthew Boulter's platforms for a lot. I
Okay.
still have Sober Dads. I have all that Instagram, TikTok, all of it. I'm right around like 10,000 followers for all my
Okay.
platforms. So
Okay. That's good.
6,000 for Facebook. Because I also own a platform called Barter Colorado, so it's 100% barter. And I
Okay.
have 100 followers for that. So, with the expansion of TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Facebook, I have about 10,000 followers.
Okay. Yeah, you're really hustling. You're really on it.
Yeah.
That's inspirational actually, because I just started out. So that's I'm glad that we're talking because you were really on it. You've been doing your
Well,
thing.
and I used the bodybuilding for a long time. That's how I got all my followings is the bodybuilding, right? And
It's
so
funny like that.
I'm not gonna I'm gonna keep TikTok for my fitness, but it's kind of merging. I'm gonna start training sober dads. I'm gonna start working out
Okay.
with sober dads. So my bodybuilding is going to you're gonna start to see other people in the videos.
Yeah.
There's still gonna be of me, and it's still gonna be fitness. But TikTok, it'll be fitness with sober dads. You know what I mean?
So you can slowly start filtering that over, kind of. You can kind of
Yep.
merge it together really delicately.
Yep. I mean, you
Okay.
have you have sober dads on Facebook and Instagram, but I don't think I'm going to create a sober dads TikTok. I think
Okay.
I'll be more successful merging Matthew Boulter with sober dads and just marketing the shit out of myself while I'm working out as a sober dad.
Well, it's funny because people are driven by emotions, anyways. Most like 90% of the decisions anyone make are by emotions. So muscle sell.
100%.
That's
Yep.
what they do. I mean, you muscle sell. Muscles will get people over to sober dads. It's kind of weird how it's done, but you have to kind of work those angles.
Yeah, I mean it's dude, I have a 9 and a 12-year-old, and it's amazing to me the shit that I see them watching. And there's some little Chinese girl munching on food, and she's got her camera, the speaker like really high, so you
Yeah,
can hear the. And bro, I looked at her, and she's got 101,000 fucking watchers,
yeah.
and I'm
They've
just
got
blown away by
millionaire.
it.
They've got
bro. I'm just,
millionaires just from doing that.
I love it, bro. I think it's the coolest shit ever. I hate it, but I love it. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling my daughter, fucking stop watching that dumb shit. You know, but from a business perspective, bro,
Yeah,
I wanna email her and say, you're a badass. Keep doing what you're doing. Just
yeah,
don't let my fucking daughter watch you because it's a waste of time. You know what I mean? But it's
yeah.
like, dude, like, it's
I've got a,
amazing.
I've got an OnlyFans model actually that I communicate with. I don't believe in paying for OnlyFans. I don't believe men should pay for OnlyFans. I think that I think it softens men and it gives them a false sense of satiety, and they're no longer conquering stuff. Now they're hunting, gathering, and chasing women. But I talked to her about, and she's actually kind of helping me out with the marketing stuff and different platforms because I guess she started making good money doing it.
Oh
So
yeah.
I've been kind of picking her brain about that. So yeah, it's never been easier to get a message out. You
No,
just
man,
gotta be careful.
it's you don't even have to be careful, dude. Like that's the craziest thing out there. You can be whatever you want to be as long as you're true. And you're
That's
gonna
what I
have
mean.
50% of people that like you and 50% people that don't like you, bro. But no
Yep.
matter what, they're both fucking watching you. And
Yep.
that's the crazy thing
Yeah,
is
you have to be
you're probably
so
gonna get
careful about
more
your
haters.
message.
And I tell sober dads this all the time. I'm like, dude, you're gonna okay. If you have 1,000 people following you, more than likely 700 of them fucking hate you
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
want you to fail and they're watching you every day hoping that you'll fail, and it's
That's
the
the point.
dumbest shit ever to think about, but only 300 of them actually want you to succeed,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. I was like, but at the end of the day, when you have 100,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers, I got a buddy of mine, Mike, shit, I can't remember his last name, out of Florida. He
Okay.
just hit 1,000,000 followers on YouTube.
Okay.
You know, but I
That's
mean,
when
dude, same
that's when
thing,
it starts
bro.
paying too. That's when it starts paying. That's when you start
Mhm.
monetizing that stuff, man.
Yeah, he
And
just took a picture of that little YouTube trophy thing that they send you,
yeah,
and yeah, man, he makes a living off of doing it, and he
yeah,
says the same shit. He's like, bro, I get more fucking haters in my inbox, but I don't care. He's like, because I'm taking it to the bank. I
yeah, they're
mean,
watching.
I
Yeah,
really don't want to promote these guys, but they are. I bring them up because they are geniuses, and that's the
yeah,
Island Boys. The Island
yeah.
Boys, bro. Everybody
Bro,
knows who they are.
I
They,
hate
I
them,
don't care
bro.
how
I
you feel about them. I
I
don't,
can't stand them
I
for
don't like
watching
them.
them. Yeah,
But bro,
they did it.
they made it, bro. They made it,
Entrepreneurs,
and
bro.
and I could go up to that dude. I could go up to both of them and be like, "Y'all are fucking dumb," and they'd be like, "Guess what? I'm rich and
Yeah,
I'm dumb. I don't care."
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, "You're fucking right, dude." Like, I mean, yeah, but it shows. Like, if you want to be a welder, get on social media and show people that you weld. Like,
yeah,
if you, not everyone can do Instagram, not everyone can do social media. So,
yeah,
if you want a normal job as a welder, then just be a normal person and go to welding and make a
yeah,
good living, right? I like social media. I like organizing things. I like being in the public's eye. And what I'm learning within the last 3 years is just get your fucking self out there, and like you're gonna give me a link to this video and I'm gonna post it on my page, and I'm gonna have 6,000 people see it. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of people that are like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I
yeah,
don't care because guess
yeah,
what, you took the time to fucking sit and watch the whole video,
yeah.
so what does it say about you?
Yeah, you have to have somewhat thick skin because once you start putting yourself out there, a lot of people have a hard time with that. They start putting themselves out there and they can't take the comments. Like they get
No,
very sensitive, and you have to have a thick
no,
skin. But really, it's getting your message out there. It's you're doing your freaking thing, and I don't think it's ever been easier to be an exceptional man than it is
yeah,
today because it seems like 80% of men are just not doing it. They're not
yeah,
being men. They're not doing it. All you have to do is be conscientious, maybe learn some information and hit the gym, bro. And you're better than 80, 90. I don't want to say better because that sounds bad, but you're rising above 80 to 90% of men out there. And it's just,
I would use the word you have more potential.
there you go.
You
That's
know,
better. I'm trying to work on that.
every man has the potential to be great, but if you just do some simple steps, you have more potential
Yeah.
than the guy not doing anything. It
Yeah.
doesn't
You
make
can,
you better than him. It gives you more options than this
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's honestly that's what Sober Dads is about.
Yeah.
I I teach men to be present in life. And that's, dude, if you talk to anybody, well, what is Sober Dads? Matthew teaches men what being present is. If you can just slow the fuck down, you know, if you're having a bad day and you're getting in your car, fucking sit in your car for a minute, grab the steering wheel, and just be present. Okay, I'm in my car. It smells like chocolate from my kids' donuts this morning. The steering wheel is hard. It's bright outside. The sun is shining on my face. It's warm. My feet are warm and they're touching the ground. That's being present. You just grounded yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. It's putting
Um,
some space, maybe putting
bro,
some space between your emotions and how you react to your emotions.
you know, and then you do the same thing with your kids, you know, like you got your phone, but you're supposed to be at dinner with your kids. Put the phone
Yeah.
down. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm at dinner. My kids are talking about this. They're happy. They're in a good mood. My son is in the corner, um, not really associating or doing anything. I think he's upset. Let me find out why he's upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, be
Yeah.
present in the situation, and you would be amazed to see what they do and how they grow with you, right? And then my next thing to that is intentions. Okay, what are your intentions? Okay, I went to church the other day, and I do not go to church very often, but I went to church the other day, and this motherfucker, dude, I was like, you piece of shit, you fucking. This ceremony was all for me, right? You know how you go to church and you're like, you're talking to me, bro.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and he goes, bro, he goes, good roots create good fruit. Bad roots creates bad fruit. He goes, what are your intentions? He said, do you have good intentions? Do you have bad intentions? He goes, look at where you were 3 months ago. Everything that you have today, did that stem from good intentions? Bro, man, I've been just pondering that, and
Yeah.
it's true. It is so true.
Have
You want to
you
be sober in life? What are you doing to be sober? What are you doing to stay sober? Who are you hanging out with? What are
have
your
you
goals? What are your intentions?
have you heard that saying? I think it's an old Buddhist saying that you have to plant the seeds of change. If you want to do anything with your life, if you want to change, you want to self improve, you have to plant seeds and then a flower will grow. But daily, you have to pull weeds.
You know,
Like daily, you have to kind
daily.
of take a self inventory and you just have to keep pulling weeds because we're creatures of habit, bro. You know,
Yep.
you spend 40 years of your life doing something, and so that's I've noticed with myself. I have to continue to pull weeds every once in a while, make sure that make sure everything's cleaned up so that flower can grow. So I don't.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we all fall back into shit, bro.
Oh yeah,
Like just because somebody's got, and that's the other thing. Like I ask sober dads, what does success mean to you? Because to me, what success is not money. Do you know what's better than money? Fucking connections.
yeah,
Bro, I don't make anything. I make fucking less than $30,000 a year. But I live an amazing, extravagant life because of the connections that I have. I get
that's
motherfuckers calling me up and be like, "Hey, I haven't talked to you in a couple of months. Let me take you to brunch, breakfast,
yeah,
dinner. We'll
yeah,
go to Eddie V's. We'll go to fucking Shanahan's, Ruth Chris's, you know, and they'll buy me a fucking $200 lunch or dinner or some shit. You know, I get the privilege to take my kids out because I know a lot of business owners, and I'll call them up and we'll be chatting, and I'll help them out with an idea, and then they're like, dude, bring the kids down. Like, let me buy you guys, you know, pizzas. I have
Yeah.
so many connections. I have people that will call me up and say, "Do you know anybody that's needing work?" And I guarantee I know somebody that needs work. What kind of
Yeah.
job do you need? I can help you get a job. And then
Just go.
6 months down the line, that dude calls me up and he's like, "Do you need this? I can help you with this. You know, I saw your post the other day. Your box truck needs a water pump. I'll fucking put the water pump in your box truck for you, you know?"
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
connections, bro,
Yeah.
is so much better than money. So much better.
Yeah.
And when you live your life based on money, then you're constantly going to be seeking that. And you're not going to be present. You
There's
can't be
never
present
enough.
if you're seeking money, bro. But
Yeah.
if you're seeking connections,
Yeah.
if you're seeking what life is really about, if you fucking meet someone on the road and you help them with their groceries or you stop to talk about them, every day, bro, this is a new one for me and it makes me feel so good. I will stop somewhere and I'll tell a woman I like her hair. That's really beautiful hair, you know?
You
Or
know.
I love your
Yeah.
smile. Has anyone told you how beautiful your smile is? Holy fuck, bro. I ain't trying to get in their pants. I'm not trying to do anything. The smile that woman put on her face, I
You,
go up to a dude, you know, and I'm like, bro, those are some fucking sick shoes, bro. And that smile on that dude,
you
you know
made
what I
their
mean?
day. Yeah. You made their
Bro.
day. That makes
You're,
your day, and by extension. By extension, you feel
Mhm.
better, and you don't know what you just did for them.
Yeah,
You
no,
could have
it's
turned
it's
everything
about
around for them.
connection. Yeah. So I tell dads, I'm like, listen, bro, being present, intentions. Are you doing good intentions? And then your intentions will run through being present. Because if you're present, you know what your intentions are. So you're
Yeah.
just you're
Yeah.
fucking
You're
catapulting
connected.
yourself every day. And you're gonna
Yeah.
have shitty days. Like I have some days where I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking Netflix it all day because
I
I don't
think
want
that's
to do shit.
needed. I
Sometimes
think
you need it.
I think
You
that
know?
maybe 90% of the population needs to be told to hurry up, go hustle, 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 get off your ass. And I think there are some that you can get more accomplished if you sit down and relax for a minute. Because there are some really driven individuals that need to take that break so they can recharge their batteries
Yep.
and get back up and carry on. Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
You know, have you seen that show on Netflix? One of my favorite shows. I love law shows. It's called Suits.
Suits?
Yeah,
No,
it's
I have not. I've seen it, but I haven't watched it.
one of the best shows, bro. You should see it. It is amazing.
I'll
And
have to give it a shot.
the the point I'm making with that is they do all these references to movies.
Okay.
And I was telling a friend of mine, and I was like, bro, I was like, you have an attorney, you have a lawyer. The guy makes fucking $60 million a year. He's a lawyer. He probably works a lot, doesn't he? They're like, yeah. And I was like, this show is is a paramount on what real lawyers, a lot of these high value lawyers do. Dude, they have time like everyone else to sit down and watch a movie. The difference is they pay attention to things, they're present so they understand it, they remember it. Like, you know, a lot of attorneys have a damn good memory when it comes to these types of things. So they don't just watch a movie and it goes in and goes out.
Yeah.
They unravel it. It's there. And so they can have this conversation and like throw these little pitches of these movies at you. And it's like, I thought you were an attorney. Like, how do you have time to watch movies? It's because that motherfucker works his ass off, but he makes damn fucking sure that he takes time to do what he likes to do.
Yeah, and
Whether
he's
it's
very.
watch a movie, whether it's go to the gym, whether it's go to a good restaurant, whether it's driving his fucking
Yeah.
$200,000 car. Like,
Where do you see Sober Dad being in 5 years? We're gonna slowly start wrapping it up. We're at the 50. I think we're at the 50-minute mark.
I already know, dude. So my ultimate goal with Sober Dads
Yeah.
is to have a 20,000 square foot warehouse, 2 stories.
Okay.
I want the first story to be my thrift store, but I want the thrift store broken up into two parts. Um, I want it to be household goods and building materials because we're
Okay.
fucking men, right?
Yeah.
Like, men don't
Yeah.
want to go to a thrift store, right? Men
No. Yeah.
don't want to do that. Okay, we
So
do that.
you're giving everybody something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I want building supplies. I want concrete. I want drywall. I want fucking chainsaws. I want man fucking shit in that fucking thrift store because I want women to come up to me and be like, "I love you." My husband's never wanted to go to a thrift store with me in the entire world. And when he found out that you have fucking building supplies and when he's a member and Sober Dad shop for free, that's what sets me apart from any other organization. If you are a Sober Dad's member, you don't pay anything at my thrift store. Anything.
How
So
many
as a
members?
man,
How
what's
many
that?
members do you have right now?
Dozen. I think I have 10 total.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
That's not.
bro,
That's
you got to start somewhere.
you
You
do
know,
have. You have to start somewhere. I woke up in the middle of the night
that's
the
it.
other night and saw I had 16 views on my podcast, bro. Couldn't get sleep
Yep.
for an hour. I was so fucking excited.
And I told you, I was like, bro, just wait until that shit's 16,000. And same with
Yeah.
me, bro.
Yeah.
Just wait until that's 8,000 members. And I'm taking a
Yeah.
picture with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I look back and I'm blown away.
Yeah.
But again, so dude, I want that wife, I want that woman to thank me because her husband's coming into the thrift store to buy shingles to
Yeah.
redo his fucking shed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And now he's helping her with the nightstands that she's
Yeah.
purchasing or the couch or whatever, right? That's the first story. The second story is where we're gonna put our man cave.
Okay.
So Sober Dads is going to have what we call a man cave. And when you walk up, you're going to see an open kitchen. You're going to see an entertainment room with pinball games and little basketballs and pool tables and shuffleboards.
Bring
You're going
back
to see,
foosball. Bring back foosball.
dude, I've already got a free foosball that I picked up. I'm just waiting to
That's
get the
what I'm
man
talking
cave and
about.
put it in there, bro.
Yeah.
Um, I'll have an entertainment room. We'll have a 96-inch flat screen. We'll have some recliners and some chairs so the kids can watch movies. We'll have a library, bro, with every book you could think of. If you want to go back to school to get your GED, if I want to have so much money that when one of my sober dads comes to me and they're like, Matthew, I really want to get into welding. I want to get into electricity. I want to get into plumbing. I want to be a mechanic. I can go up to these guys and say, I tell you what, I will fucking pay for you to go to electrician school, or I will buy you a mobile mechanic van. You're gonna work for me until that shit's paid off.
Yeah.
You're gonna work for me, and this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm
That.
going to take you in. We're going to open up an LLC. I'm going to show you how to open up your own business. I'm going to show you how to create clients and schedules. And when you're not working for me, you're going to start working for clientels. You're going to get an automated funnel system and you're going to start making more fucking money than you ever have in your entire life to pay for these fucking kids and support them and give them what they truly need in life, which is a father that's not stressed out. And
Yeah.
then when you're fucking done working for me, you can focus fully on this business.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give
Yeah.
you all the tools and I'm going to give you the keys to make that
Yeah.
happen. Because,
Yeah.
bro, it shouldn't be about fucking finances, dude. It should be about you doing what you want to do so that you can stay on that path of sobriety and fucking
Yeah.
be whatever you want to be.
And
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 so,
and have your purpose. Have your
and
purpose
have
as
your
a man.
purpose,
Every
bro.
man needs a purpose.
And everybody should have a fucking purpose. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
that hard. We got
Yeah.
guys. I got a dude at my gym that has a McLaren, a Ferrari, and like 6 other cars.
Wow.
And I think it's amazing. He's
Yeah.
27 years old. He's a day trader.
Yeah.
Coolest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
But why can't all of us have it either? It's not that
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah.
you know. I'm not telling him he has to give away anything. I'm telling everyone else around us, why can't we have that too?
Yeah. That's there's
There's
some
there's no
people
reason.
have different drives, and it's I think it's good sometimes to surround yourself with those kind of people.
It's the
You
top
know,
five, bro. It's
yeah, I'm
everything.
telling you, you can. They've done studies. You could be 20 foot from a negative person or a low producing person, and they've done studies in workplaces, and your production will go down. And within
It
20
it
feet,
actually, if they're 20%, yours goes down 30.
yeah, And within 20 feet of a positive person is someone who's really killing it. Like that's people need to group together like that
Yep.
and build off each other because there's a whole lot of stuff
Yep.
that goes on that's just not talking and not.
Yep.
Our words don't always mean it. It's just it's the energy and you get a whole bunch of
Yep.
those people together and you can conquer the world, bro. I believe
And
that.
see, here's the difference in my train of thought than most people's. Because most people will look at that 27-year-old and be like, "What a piece of shit! He's not sharing. He's not doing anything.
The
What the
jealousy,
fuck does
the
he need to
jealousy,
share for?
the
Like he
jealousy.
fucking did all that himself."
Yeah,
Here's the difference. I'll go up to that guy and I'll say, "Listen, could you come to Sober Dads?
yeah,
Come to the man cave. I have a meeting room that I'd like to put you in front of all of my members. And could you please fucking tell us your top 5 fucking stocks that we
that's
should
it.
invest? And whether
Yeah,
it's a fucking dollar, whether it's $1,000 or whether it's $10,000, could you fucking help us get closer to where you are? I
or
don't want to
maybe,
take anything from you. I just
maybe,
want you to fucking help us get somewhere close to where you are.
or
And
maybe
here's
even,
what's gonna happen.
yeah,
That guy is gonna be so excited to fucking help another brother that he's gonna say yes, but his ego is also gonna be fueled. And what happens
yeah.
when a man's ego is fueled? That motherfucker gets excited and
He's on
he's
fire.
like, "Fuck yeah, I'll show you how badass I am. Yes, I will." And it's a circle, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and if I
And
can bring people like that into Sober Dads, because that's what's going to set us apart. Sober Dads in this man cave of mine is going to have educational classes. I'm going to have welders. I'm going to have electricians. I'm going to have plumbers. I'm going to have bank representatives, investors, realtor guys. I'm going to have every type of professional coming in there to talk to these guys to show them what can be, you know?
yeah,
Um,
dig into their daily habits too, because a lot of
yep.
those really high producing people have just completely different daily habits than we have. They start their day out different. They time block stuff. So there's a
Well, a
lot.
lot of it is goals. I'll say a lot of people because when you look at the marijuana industry, some of those guys are fucking lazy.
They're
Um,
crazy
and
as shit. But that goes with that industry. I mean, I
yeah,
don't know any of
yeah.
the.
But
There's
I don't
not
care, bro. Like, there's a lot of industries like that, dude. I know so many people that I'm like, how the fuck do you sleep in until 10 o'clock in the afternoon? But here's the difference. Here's the
yeah,
difference. They all have goals.
yeah,
They set goals. They work to achieve the goals. They cross the goal out and they go for another one, a bigger one. And so
yeah,
even if the dude, bro, I love these stories. So I got a buddy of mine. He was growing marijuana illegally for fucking years, right? He
yeah,
had 4 houses. Like he worked up before Colorado became impossible to buy a home in, okay? So the
yeah,
guy's like 57, 58 years old now, okay? So when he was in his 20s, okay, he bought his first house. I think his parents helped him. He was living with a couple of roommates. They took the basement over, built it into a grow, made a shit ton of money, bought a second house, had like 5 homes. Okay.
yeah,
The marijuana industry became legal in Colorado. He sold all 5 homes, bought himself a dispensary. You know what happened? Within fucking two,
yeah,
3 years, the guy's $100 million man,
yeah.
right?
It's a
And I
big
mean,
business.
bro, he goes, I am now fucking straight and I am now sober. And he goes, but if it wasn't for the criminal activity, I never would have been where I am now.
Yeah,
But now he helps men get to where they want to be without having to do the criminal activity.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He
yeah,
was like, dude, I'm a lucky one. Most people got popped and got in trouble and did time. He goes, it's about having those goals. He goes, I was always the difference between him, right, and other guys that were getting
yeah,
popped is he goes, I was smart. I wasn't putting dumb people in big positions. I wasn't outgrowing my spots. I wasn't super spendy on dumb, flashy shit.
yeah.
And he said, more importantly, I had goals. And there was nothing in the fucking world. I would dump a girl if she wanted us to go buy a house or go to fucking Vegas and I needed the money to buy another
You
house.
stayed
He's
on
like, I don't
purpose.
play that.
Yeah, he's staying
So
on a
that's
circuit.
yeah, that's what's you got Arnold Schwarzenegger. You fucking lift. That guy literally called his mom and said, "I'm not going to my dad's funeral because I'm gonna go win the Olympia."
You watch
Like,
Pumping Iron, huh? Yeah,
yeah, dude, hell yeah.
Pumping Iron, bro. It freaks me out that they were all working out without their shoes on. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
I've
dude.
watched that movie like 100 times, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That was a good freaking movie.
But I mean, he makes a good point. What do you want?
Yeah,
What do you want in life?
yeah.
He's like, dude, I'm
He
gonna
tells
love
it.
dad. I'm gonna miss dad. I'm gonna think about dad. But I have Olympia, mom. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm not saying you have to be an asshole and be that crazy. But if you really want it, you gotta you
you gotta
gotta
work
set
it.
goals and you gotta achieve them.
All right. So, in wrapping this up, I'm going to ask you a question that has nothing to do with sober dads. Has nothing to do with. I'm just going to ask a kind of a deeper question. What keeps you awake at night still? What What haunts you? Do you have anything that haunts you?
Bro, no,
Pick the biggest one.
but it's funny because what actually keeps me up at night is 43 years old and my fucking kidneys, and I have to take a
Yeah,
piss every 2 fucking hours.
yeah,
But that's just what happens when you get old. So to
yeah.
all the young people out there, fucking don't get old. Um,
Stick to it.
but you know, no matter who you are, bro, I guarantee this. It's the self doubt, and addicts have it the worst, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
successful people, like they are very good at shutting down the self doubt.
yeah,
And as
yeah,
addicts, we never were good at it. If we were, we wouldn't be addicts.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we would we wouldn't be snorting a bunch of fucking coke and doing meth and fucking rails off fucking hookers and fucking
If
drinking
we
our
felt
asses
good
off.
about ourselves, right? Yeah, if we felt good about ourselves, we wouldn't. Yeah, that would have never freaking happened. Yeah,
No. So it's the self doubt, bro. Even now, like I'm, that dumbass head, that little whatever inside your brain is like, you're not gonna have a fucking 20,000 square foot
yeah,
warehouse. You're never
yeah,
gonna have the man cave. Like, who the fuck wants to join your membership? If it's $25 a year, who's gonna pay for that? You know what I mean?
yeah,
You
yeah,
just you have to remind yourself, like, maybe they won't, but that doesn't mean I should stop.
yeah. You have
It's
to
just,
counteract that self doubt somehow, right?
Mhm.
You have to weed that out. I read somewhere we have 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, the average person, and the majority of them are self-deprecating, self and repetitive thoughts. We're kind
Yep.
of we're kind of built like that. We just have to find a way to circumvent that stuff.
Yeah, just I tell a lot of guys, I'm like, listen, dude, they're not gonna go away, bro. Like, do you think the number one? Do you think Nolan Ryan? He was my greatest fan growing up. You think Nolan Ryan didn't have self doubt? That motherfucker got to the plate and been like, oh, if Bo Jackson hits this fucking home run, god damn it. And Bo Jackson was the same way. He was like, if Nolan Ryan strikes me
Yeah,
out, I swear to
yeah.
God.
We're all
They both had self doubt. But I bet you anything, they both went up there and they said, fuck it. Whatever happens, I'm giving it my all. And
I
that's,
let me close out with a quick story. I was working out this morning at the gym, and I've got a couple people I talk to off and on, and probably the first guy I have talked to in that gym, he's walking by, we just waved at each other. But I actually approached him. I said, "How are you doing?" I wanted a little more of a conversation, and he said, "You know what?" He said, "As a man, I got to tell you, I have anxiety." He said, "I have horrible anxiety. Some days I just hate coming here. I hate walking in the doors. I'm anxious. So he seemed to be really battling, and I think that shows that he's a boxer. The guy's a boxer. He's in great shape. He's like if you'd see him walking down the street, no one would think this guy's battling anxiety.
hmm
We're all basically the same freaking person, and that really spoke to me this once. Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't matter who you are, man. And
No.
that's the other thing about sober dads is, I'm I, one of the things I want to start doing, and if I have time to say this,
Yeah.
is have a monthly meeting that puts all your problems on the table. And that's what we're probably going to call it. Put your problems on the table. So
Okay.
when you walk in, wherever we're at, right, you're going to write on a piece of paper and you're going to put it in a basket. Okay. And then once everybody gets in there, I'm going to pick up that basket. Your name's not going to be on it. It's just going to be your problem,
Yeah.
right? Fucking porn, alcohol,
Yeah.
no money, I can't see my kids. My car's broke down. I need brakes. Whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then as an entire group, we're going to discuss those problems.
Guys
So if we have
fucking
20
need
people
that.
in that group, if you have 20 people in that group, you're going to have
Yeah.
20 different fucking ways of solving that fucking problem. And I guarantee you're going to leave that meeting with a different way of thinking.
And
And
it
then
gives
at the end,
and it's gonna give them
if you
a
want to
kind
say
of
your
a
name,
yeah.
you'll be able to say your name and say, "Hey guys, this was my problem. If anybody wants to help me with it, like I would love your help." Or you just walk away and you take those 20 different, problem solvers and you try them. You know,
And it gives them kind of a risk-free space that they can just get it out.
bro.
Sometimes maybe all it takes is putting it in a fucking hat.
You know how I know for me and maybe for you when I was
Yeah.
going through my shit with my divorces,
Yeah.
if we had fucking 20 different answers as to how we could get our kids back, I bet you we would have fucking left that room feeling way different than just
Yeah.
depleted and fucking
And
depressed.
people aren't generally like that. Nobody had any answers for me.
Mm-hmm.
People don't, people aren't like that. People don't. So the way society is going, we don't hold each other down like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's easier to be quiet and not discuss that sort of thing. It's easier sometimes for people not to discuss their problems
Mm-hmm.
because nobody wants to hear it. So it's
I mean,
yeah,
think about that. What if your only problem was you were having the kids for Thanksgiving, but you didn't have the money for Thanksgiving dinner, and it was
yeah,
so fucking stressing you out. And then you went to this fucking put your problems on the table meeting,
yeah,
and we read that, and then at the end of it, that guy said, "You know what, guys? I want to come clean in that Thanksgiving dinner. That's me. It's my problem."
yeah.
Bro, I bet you that motherfucker would have the biggest fucking Thanksgiving dinner ever, bro.
Yeah,
Because every one of
yeah,
those 19 other men would give him $10,
yeah.
$100, $20, $1. And that because to us, it doesn't matter. Like, you
And
got three kids that you need to, yeah, bro.
you wouldn't
Like,
have to feel judged because
nope.
that's hard for a man to say sometimes. That
Yep.
can be really hard for someone to say, look, man, I can't provide. Like that
Yep.
can cut a man to the core sometimes. But if you've got a safe group of guys that you can actually bring that to judgment free, that makes a big fucking difference.
I mean,
Yeah,
what if it's dude, my son's getting bullied for school because he has these dirty pieces of shit shoes, and he comes home every day and he just wants a pair of Jordans.
yeah,
Bro, I'll fucking buy you an $80 pair of Jordans. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like, and you know what? I'll show up with the school with fucking 60 other bikers, and we'll fucking give that kid a fucking ride on the motorcycle, and he can show up
yeah.
to school in front of everybody with a brand new pair of Jordans and a fucking shit ton of Harleys with a bunch of fucking Hell's Angels, and that kid ain't getting bullied no more. You know what I mean?
Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna cut it out, man. This was good. This was really, really good. I think we ought to keep in touch too, on the side.
Dude, hit me up anytime. I'd love to
Yeah.
chit chat. This 3 a.m. pillow talk sounds cool, man. I'll chat about anything. It sounds fun.
All right, brother. All right, you have a good night, man.
You too.